Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers 2. I am your host, Quantum Dater, the hostess with some of the stist. No, that doesn't work. Last time on Space Engineers 2, we did some contracts. We were the contractator. We still contractator? I don't know. We are still the contractator. We just picked up a new contract. That is down on the planet. And we were just talking about, in the last episode, I was talking about, like, oh, I wonder if you ever have to go down to the planet. And the answer is you do. So, now the question I have. So, this obviously doesn't have like an apoapsis situation or anything like that with regards to orbital mechanics that exist in mods and other games. But I am curious to see what. Like, how getting down to the planet at a high clip is and like what that's going to look like. So we're going to go check that out. Oh, look at how good the game looks. Just the sun, the lighting, the shadow, the dark side of the planet. I'm not told. It seems very, very dark. Oh, and we are falling into the gravity of the planet now. I'm going to see if I can't fix that by not falling into the planet. Let's go ahead and give us a little bump. Gotta get that. We are still kind of falling into the planet, but not as bad. So in Space Engineers 1, when you, like, planetary gravity was pseudo-defined. Things I'd like to see sooner than later. Let me finish the first thought. So in Space Engineers, the gravity was pseudo-defined, right? That we had, like, you could kind of see the coronal, like, sphere of the planet, and usually that was like at the precipice of when gravity would start to kick in. In this specific instance, I would say that we don't have the same situation with this. It's not as clear because of the way they do the feathering and the lighting and stuff. It looks incredible. I mean, the game looks freaking incredible. I would say, I like some No Man's Sky, but I think the only game that tops it as far as planetary mechanics, and I've not played a lot of Elite Dangerous, so I couldn't tell you how their planetary stuff looks for the most part. But I will say that I think Star Citizen, a very hot button topic game, definitely does a good job of planets. Like, their planets look incredible, and this is real good for a game that, budgetarily speaking, is like a third, if not even a third, probably like a tenth of Star Citizen sort of budgeting. So this is quite literally on the other side of the planet from Volation Station. I also see the Volation Station is not marked outside of where we would return the contract to, so that's going to be something we probably want to do. And I thought I was going to be racing sunlight here, and I definitely am 100% racing the sunlight with regards to trying to catch it. So, things I'd like to see in the next update, if at all possible. Not that Keen pays attention to this or is watching my video, but if they were, or if you knew someone and was like, hey, King, just check this mo out. A thing that I would like to see could be quite great is an altitude altimeter would be nice somewhere in here, and maybe a horizon line, like to let me know when I'm right side up on a planet. I know to some degree that's very noticeable, but it also feels like I feel like I could use it. So, yeah. So we're gonna go. This is gonna be a long flight. I wasn't planning to do any kind of cuts. I definitely had to do a cut on the first video, and I don't plan to do any more. I also may have nuked that ship on accident, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to actually continue, so I just reloaded. But I think moving forward, if I nuke a ship, my plan will be to suck it up and just go full ham. But see, I'm wondering if this corona, you can kind of see it right here as I drag my cursor along the top of it. I'm wondering if that is where the gravity starts, but as I point over, like I'm clearly over that line right now, and if I turn on the inertial dampeners and I just punch it for forward momentum and get us, we're just now effectively moving only forward. Let's see if I cross into the gravitational path, because that's why I've kept having to do a little bit of pulsing upwards, it seems. We're circling the planet. I wonder how much of this is water. It's from up here, it's hard to tell, right? I see some glacial caps to the left. I see some what looks to be more dirt plateau type mountains, dirt colored. The lighter gray or the more nickel color feels like maybe that's valleys where water will be. I don't know. Yeah, I can see the ball of Valation Station, but I can't see Valation Station on the map. And we have not crossed into gravity, so that might be the answer. Provided you stay above this line provided you're not already in the gravitational pull and you stay well above that line, you should be able to very easily stay out of gravity while you circumnavigate a planet. I say that, but we haven't gotten there yet, and I should have went the other direction based on where I think Valation Station is, which is it's right there. It feels like it's literally straight through the planet. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying this little tangent. So far I do really like Space Engineers 2. I think it looks good. I think it is it's got a lot of potential. Obviously, the problem with loving a game like Space, like Halo. I loved Halo, love Space Engineers. I've played a bunch of both of those things. And so when it quits being the thing that I love deeply because it's a new version and they're effectively hopefully improving on the things that I love, it becomes a bit of a challenge, right? Like it becomes somewhat of a thing because I want to continue to love the game and I will continue to love the game, but like you don't think about in terms of, or you don't really think about anything in terms of that. You just like, I loved Halo. Halo 2 comes out, I'm like, okay, it's not Halo. I don't have the mag pistol, I don't have the battle rifle, or I don't have the assault rifle. The battle rifle, B.M.R. was great, but like, where's my Magnum? That kind of stuff. The Ghost isn't invincible anymore, those kinds of things. Or not the Ghost. Yeah, well, I guess they all were invincible in the Halo. Anyway, but the point being, like Space Engineers 2, this is the way, this is my bread, this is my cheese, this is the thing I've been doing. I play it. I know how it works. I'm very, like, familiar with it, all of those things. And now those things are not the same. So, I think that's where I think some people will struggle. I think the game is though quite good though. Like I said, so far I'm really enjoying it. I do like the contract unlocking your gear. I would love to see. Oh, and I checked out the workshop. I got this mission runner guy. This thing looks cool. Um, I've got the blocks that I created because these blocks didn't exist when I was like, oh, what if you made blocks out of these tiny blocks so that you could then edit them? Stuff like that. All right, I think it's time to punch it towards the planet. We should be good to go. See, this looks like forest areas. You see all the, like the lines for like tributaries heading down to a river. This could be like an ocean bed, or these are like the desert plateau areas, like maybe Arizona. That's definitely a water basin, in my mind. So we're in like a desert plateau, sort of like canyon type area, up next to like a forest mountain sort of thing with another water. Looks like another set of water there, water there. It looks really good. It just does. It looks really good. Now, we need to probably, being that that is on the ground, I think we're going to use that as our measure for altitude, even though we do not have an altimeter. And we're just going to, we probably should start the descent now. We just got the warning that, hey, atmospheric thrusters are not going to work anymore. You should do something about that. Supply base. What do we got going on down here? I gotta say, the ship is very fuel efficient. Very, very fuel efficient. Gotta do a circulation. Circling the, you know, sort of like flying in a circle. What do we got going on here? Storage area. Okay. Do we have a landing pad? We do. Alright. Alright, and then if we go into here, control panel, we turn off our hydro thrust. Cool, we have arrived. What do we got? Alright, build a... So we need to first get containers, which seem to be located everywhere. Let's grab some parts that we can find laying about. What do we got? We need to build this thing. Okay. What about you? Cool, cool, cool. Alright, what else do we need? We need motors, electrics. So motors and electric parts. Let's see what we got in this little base here. Do you have anything? More steel tube plates, not tubes. Motors and electric parts. There's some stairs over here. Excuse me, sir. Do you have any parts? Ooh, electrics, motors. Beautiful. We need both of those things. What do we got in here? I see turbines and stuff. Very nice. Anything else? Anything in here? Oh, more electric parts and some construction components. Beautiful. Seats we can't sit in yet. Anything in the bathroom? One battery in the bathroom. We can't take it. So, but what we could do if we really wanted to is we come over here, we open our inventory, come down here and you press F and it uses that power even though I was not anywhere near out. I like to collect. I'm a collector of things. I think we already got this guy. So this appears to be cleaned out. I think, oh, more motors and construction components. Nothing under that bed. Nice little window. I love it. We got a battery there. Healing station. Let's go see if we got the stuff we need to weld this bad boy up. We'll go check it up there in a second. All right, we got. So the motors are good. Electronic parts good. Glass. Functional. That's good. And then we got motors. Functional. Beautiful. We got those two turbines from that box. Functional. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Real quick, let's go up here. Just a seat and a battery. Okay. Nothing in particularly crazy there. Anything out here that... This looks like a cool place for a rover to come in. We don't have rovers yet, but it does look like a cool place. Alright. So container A. Let's see. We're gonna go get this one over here first. Okay, so the cargo container right side up is this way. Nope. Okay, try again. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Weld up the there we go. Got one cargo container here. So this is just like the Graben that we recently lost. Well, I say recently, in the last episode of our 2025 Space Engineer series. The poor Graben, I let them out so they wouldn't get hurt in combat, and then as I was cleverly trying to do some work, the Graben he got got. We we'll have a vigil for him at some point, I'm sure. You know, he wasn't as good as he could be. I have an idea for a better Graben, but that's not the point. The point there is that he died. And this is kind of like the Graben. What are they calling this ship? Oh, wrong button. This ship is called. It's also called the Grasshopper. Not every one of these ships can be called Grasshopper, guys. All right. Oh, my bad. Um. The downward thrust is super weird to me. I've not figured it out. Like, I know you have to have reverse or downward thrust in order to downward thrust. But I'm gonna do a test real quick. Once we get this thing put down. What do we got? We've got, looks like 2 thrusters for the down. Okay. 2 thrusters for the down. Let's go into here. Okay, so the 2 thrusters are for the down. Now, is that enough thrust to hold this thing aloft upside down? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Okay, there you go. It feels like it is. We got 3 reverse, 3 forward, 5 to the side. I also would love to know if 5 thrust is the same, if the 5 thrust is the same as, oh goodness. So in Space Engineers 1, 5 small thrust equals 1 large thrust, if I'm not mistaken. I'd be curious to know if that is the case for Space Engineers 2. But I don't think we have the thrust comparisons or like their values yet, so we're not going to know that for a bit. We are going to have to get into this thing. And for that, we're going to have to steal some plates. Some steel plates, you might say. Oh, sorry. Alright, last one, get it out of the way. I mean, here we got a nice little, what do we got? I don't need a battery cell. Looks like extra one for that. What do we have up here? Some silicon, copper, silicon, iron, nickel, iron, nickel. You know what I would love? If they had, I would love to find out if they have like lead somewhere. I think lead is the one thing I am missing, and then I could use a geoforge to upgrade my tools. I think that's what we're missing. So let's grab this. Now we could grab all of them, I believe, but I think we could grab both if I carefully negotiated all that, but I don't think that I want to. I think I'm going to do one at a time. My understanding, the game does not necessarily like when you double down on certain activities, or you complete them too quickly, or you don't do it in the order that it feels. Oof, we're bumping into everything. You don't do it in an order that it agrees with. Then it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, come on. There we go. I gotta say that 20 meters per second thing, not doing damage when you bump into stuff. 20 meters per second, very good. That's gonna save some heartache in Space Engineers. And if they allow you to turn it off, unlike Space Engineers 1, if they allow you to turn it off so you can just... That's it. That's the whole thing. If they allow you to turn it off, so the grasshopper / grabbing right there. If they allow you to turn that option off where you like, if you run into stuff over 200 meters a second, it doesn't do no damage, that will be good too. Look at all the stuff we got. Collecting. We got quite the collection. Go ahead and put you in there. We don't need 2 of those. We just carry 1 of each of those things. I would love to find some lead. You know what would have been a good idea? Putting an ore detector on the thing. Look at the trees. Just, I mean, just look at the game, guys. It looks good. It looks really good. Now, our contract terminal says it's 114 kilometers, which tells me that we're not right smack in the middle. I'm not really sure what that means for us, but it looks like sunset's happening, so we should definitely get off this planet while we still can. Oh, I turned my engines off. I was like, why are we not moving? Yeah, look at this planet, guys. Look, just look at these trees. Like this, it just looks incredible. Oh, are we all right? Did we shear something off? We don't appear to be damaged. That's real good. Oh, are we smoking? We don't appear to be smoking. Okay, so we got 100. It's just literally on the other side of the planet. Well, let's get this heck out of. Let's get the heck out of the planet, I guess. This would be beautiful if they, if we had the tools and stuff similar to my launch thing I got on the return. If you haven't seen that episode, go check it out. It's Space Engineers 1, but basically using Splitsy's timer method to on-off your thrusters to keep you at full speed without wasting fuel. Otherwise, you have to do this little number where you just constantly thrust, thrust, thrust. But that'd be great. It'd be super good if they would get logistics blocks in that allow you to do some of that stuff, because I think that's where we're struggling. I wonder what the leader is. The literage? That's not the word I'm looking for. I wonder what the volume of fuel the tank can hold. That is something I would need to know. Because if I want to build another ship, which I think that's what I want to do. Like, we might finish the last of the missions around Verdure. Verdure! And once... Ooh, we did take some damage. Look at that. Yeah, we've got a whole busted bottom piece. Cool. Well, it happens. It be like that sometimes. So, we got a sun there. And that's supposed to be a brown dwarf, if I remember correctly. Delphos is supposed to be a brown dwarf. I just saw a tooltip on the thing before we loaded in. It said, those who go to Delphos never return. It keeps its secrets or whatever. It's like whatever happens at Delphos stays at Delphos. It's like Vegas. Vegas, but grosser. Grosser? More gross? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm thinking we get there, we finish this contract, we see what the next contract is, and then we think about maybe building a ship. The contracts are not leading us to build stuff. Is not my problem, but it's a thing I've noticed. So, because I've noticed that, also I think because there's no, if I'm looking at this stuff, in the hydrogen thrust, there's no way to tell which one is forward, which one is reverse. So part of me wants to, when you make your ship, you build your reverse ones, or whichever order you want to, but you build the reverse ones first, right? So that you can go in and create a group that says reverse thruster, and then you can turn those off specifically so that you can cruise without having to do the various things that I'm having to do. So let's see. I think we might be safe to start the push towards this and not worry about gravity. I could be wrong. We're still slowing ourselves down. There we go. Now we're at full speed. We might cut into the gravity a little bit. If we do, I'll just do the thing I always do, and that's lift up a little bit. Do a little burn to get us out. I can't tell because I can't see the coronosphere like I could with the sun side. So we'll have to see what that looks like. I don't know. These are more, obviously, I appreciate you guys. If you've been watching these episodes, I know this has probably been well played content. Um, but I appreciate you guys coming along and taking a gander at my thoughts here. I know this is sort of a very unedited format. We're not chopping anything. We're not really doing anything. It's just me rambling for 20 to 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 50 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to travel point to point. Um, sometimes I think my conscious stream of thought isn't capable of keeping that stuff up. We already are getting into the gravity. I'm going to fix that. I don't know if I'm capable of keeping into the conscious stream of thought. But you know what we can do? Saying if we keep our inertial dampeners off, allowing the gravity to keep us hugging the planet, kind of. Like it'll keep us maybe from drifting too far out of the well so I don't have to change directions and burn in that direction. And then just slowly keeping it, and I might actually be able to create somewhat of a orbit just by occasionally burning. And this could be something you could do potentially with an event controller. If we do planetary altitude and we say, would have to be a couple, I would think. But basically, you'd have planetary altitude, right? You would the event controller would be based on your P gravity, and every time it gets to a certain point, you'd have it hard burn your lift thrusters until the gravity reached, let's say 0.05, 0.07, and then once it gets to 0.07, you turn it back off, and then you let it creep, and when it gets down to like 0.1, 0.5, you turn it back, it boosts you back to 0.07. And you could effectively create an orbit around a planet, I think, using only inertia. However, I think I may have escaped it this time. I may have gone too hard. Will quantum escape gravity? Will gravity escape quantum? Will the contract station receive quantum's ramming speed, for which he does not plan to break? Find out in 35 kilometers, which is roughly 200 meters a second. That means I can go about 1,800 kilometers an hour. No, I have no idea. I'm not going to do that math. Nobody wants to see me struggle through that, I promise. That'll be a cool day in hell. What do we got? The other thing, I think I might stream this Saturday. I'm not 100% sure. We leave port on Sunday. So that's going to be really exciting. Being out in the ocean during New Year's. I've never been in maritime law for New Year's. Hopefully they don't have some kind of weird ritual I'm unprepared for. But if they do, I'll be ready in quantum fashion. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. Doing pretty good. Man, we just can't outrun the sun. You'd think 300 meters a second. Wow, the sun rotates way faster than that. At least, ooh. What was that about? We just hit a relax spike. Alright, we are coming in hot. Alrighty. Lock S-foils attack positions. Crash S-foils attack positions. We're coming in. We're coming up, so you better get this party started. We did it. Ignoring the damage on our ship that totally didn't happen. Why can't I move? There we go. And we only used, I mean, that's 13% fuel. %13 fuel ain't bad, and let's see, we did get a little bit of damage right here. But nothing else. Oh, I guess that was damaged. That's alright. Ooh, that... Well, I'm glad we didn't, glad we didn't blow anything up. That's nice. Alright, let's get in here and get this contract turned in. I don't remember what this one was for. I want to say it's probably logistics part 2. I know it says we have logistics, but I meant like programmable blocks, etc. Production. I don't know what we're getting this round. I don't even remember. I guess you can check your contracts by going into your thing and hitting contracts. We're getting movement, so we should be getting ion thrusters would be access. So complete the mission. If we go here now, we can look for ion. Yay, there we go. We got ion thrusters, no functionality. No functionality. No functionality. So does that mean that... Is that something I have to unlock, or they just haven't done that yet? All right, what's next? Energy storage tier 2. Okay, so bigger batteries. Cool, cool, cool. On planet. Also on planet. Let's see. Our Expedition Explorer team has found an interesting natural cave formation. We want to explore it further. We set up excavation sites. We need you to finalize them. We are looking to build a manufacturing facility on Verdure. Finish construction of the site. All right, manufacturing versus... All right, let's interesting cave sounds interesting. Quantum Tater, the Spelunker. America. Verdure needs your help. Remember that? Anybody remember that? It was an arcade game for the longest time. It was the Avengers, and the Avengers, and I think you could get it on Super Nintendo, and it was the intro of the game was like, America needs your help, and then you'd pick Vision, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye. I think are the main characters you could be. Anyways, random thoughts. All right, let's see. Where the heck is this one? Relation station. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to mark on the map our dear old Relation station, because we do not have that. Just in case. Relation Statione. Stazione! Atabola, Montebella. Oh, man. Also on the other side of the planet? Could we not? Okay, well, here's what we do. I'm going to pick you guys up when I get there, because you've seen me circumnavigate a planet. And I don't... It doesn't feel like there's... I think I am going the fastest route to there, but... We'll see. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. Alrighty. Look at that. We're getting close. I had to stop in between. I had to go take care of some business. It's Christmas Eve, after all. I had to go meet up with Santa, take care of some business. We got an unknown signal I've never seen before. That's interesting. I'm going to scout that out before I go check out our active contract. I'm just curious to see what this possibly is over here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do the contract. Let's go do the contract. Because if the contract tells me to go check out that unknown signal, then I have gone over there for no reason, out of order, and potentially messed up the quest. So let's go see what we got going on in this weird cave. I see our landing pad. Oof. Alright, let's turn off the thrust. There we go. We are off. Oh, get out of that mode. I read an interesting tooltip, so if you rotate your camera around and you want it back behind you, double tap Alt, boom, camera reverted. What do we got? Locate the excavation site. There's some ice. That'll be great for something. Let's go take a look and see what we got. We got copper, nickel, silicon, iron, cobalt. Be curious to see what we got up here. We are still going. Alright, so we got a repair battery, a drill, and a geoforge. All of those things. Okay, so first, let's do this. Let's go down here. We're going to put this ice in our ship because I don't think we need to keep it, but I'm assuming it thinks we might have ran out a little bit of space, so let's go ahead and get that in the system. I don't know that we need this stuff just yet, but we'll check in here, make sure there's no parts we need to grab. In the toilet, there's always parts. Hey, look at that, a compressor and a battery. Beautiful. Compressor, battery, nothing over here. Perfect. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some stuff. So now in here, got a battery right there. I wonder if we take that battery, there's some copper, we need that. I wonder if we take that battery, to repair the other battery, I wonder if it would work, or I'm not really sure how that works. Nothing over there. Let's get up here. Take a look. We got some silicon. We're definitely going to need some silicon, so go ahead and maybe grab a little bit. I think the silicon is one of those things you always need less of it than all the other resources, so I think 130 might do all right. We definitely are going to need some iron, but I guess first things first, let's get into this. We're going to have to set the battery up first. So first things first. Let's get the battery over here. Let's see what we got. We got copper and construction components. Beautiful. More compressors. I'm not sure what we're going to need those for. And those. Go in here. Get this. We need steel plates. So I definitely think we should just... We'll just steal from here, right? So we got this 8 steel plates there. That's one battery. We got battery numero dos. Get that fully charged up. Okay, what next? This thing needs, what does this need? It needs steel plates. We have enough. 6 compressors, okay, so let's get this thing welded up. There we go, that's complete. We got one more drill we've got to fix, and it looks like the battery there is on. We're probably definitely gonna need, well, let's see what we got in here, because there's definitely some parts in here we might be able to take advantage of. More compressor, that's good. We need motors, metal grid, steel plates. So if we do this, we just need cobalt, 30 grams. So 980 iron, 200 nickel, and then 10 and 30. And we have the silicon. So we just need some iron and nickel, really. And then, well, I guess cobalt as well. So let's get some cobalt. That's probably enough right there, actually. Yeah, there's that. Come out here, get some iron. We're going to need 900. So let's go ahead and... get some iron. So this is part of the thing I was talking about, I think in episode 2. It's been a minute. But if I have no incentive to really do anything but... Because this is all, I need 200 nickel, right? So let's... Or 160. 200. I have no incentive really to pull the parts except for the compressor. Like, I don't think I can weld up the compressor part, right? That's something I know I can't do, and these don't do anything yet. But, like, iron-wise, I just have to put, I just have to have the materials inside my inventory, and boom, once we get to 71%, we're done. Thing is on. Thing is turned on. And then we need to repair another gear forge. Clear a path to the next excavation site. Okay, so construct a battery. Okay. So we got this guy here, which is just 20 grams silicon. We definitely have it. We got that booted up. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's not, there doesn't appear to be a necessity for, um, for mining, or for having the components, because I don't see a speed increase. I don't see a speed increase when I'm building with parts. So the reality is, why not just use ore for everything you possibly can? Obviously, um, obviously that, you know. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. Use ore for as much as you can. And then it's like, oh, you need the compressor housing. I don't think I can make compressors with the backpack, so that's fine. But like, I can make everything else, so I don't need to really worry about doing anything. I feel like since the last time I played yesterday or whenever, this feels different. Like, it feels like it's clearing a little bit more than it was. Maybe I'm just less picky now, or I don't know. It does feel like it's doing a little bit better. So that's nice. We've got some iron, we can steel plates there. Right here, what do we need to do? We've cleared a path to the new excavation site. We've got 2 batteries and 2 drills. So what do we definitely have silicon. We definitely have, let's see. We don't really need that just yet, but we can go ahead and pop a power pack now because why not? We've got the compressors now. I think the compressor housings are specifically for this. Yeah, they are. So we need 6 of those. So that's that. Beautiful. What do we got? We need some silicon. We may not have enough iron for this, but we may. We do. Yeah, see, like, and like, okay, so I've got this in my inventory and that. So this one's not going to get welded up because I don't have enough. But I don't need to make those parts. I can just literally come over here, go through this spot. Let's see, find some iron. We had enough silicon. Where is the iron? I need iron, iron. 97 meters that direction. So we just come through here. Nope. Is there a way to get to that iron faster? Or is there more boxes somewhere containing a bunch of iron? And the other thing is I could just take these components. Now, I guess that is technically faster than backpack building. If I just, instead of going to find the iron to weld, I can just come down here, chop this thing up. And that should be the problem fixed. Let's see. So if I switch to this, yeah, I just need steel plates. And that's it. Contract complete. We're done. We've finished it out. I don't see any iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, silicon. I don't see anything. I don't see a color. So what we're gonna do, or not a color, I'm sorry. I don't see lead. Lead was the thing I was thinking, like, oh, if I could find some lead, that would be very freaking useful. If I could find some lead, then I could upgrade my tools maybe. But I haven't found lead yet. Except for at that one beginning base. And so the question becomes, like, do I take and mark this spot as the, what did we call this? We called this, or this is an excavation site. So if I take this out and I say GPS, we do add GPS marker, and we do ver excavation. In case we want to come back here and like, I don't know, steal their parts and stuff, we can definitely do that. I don't think we're going to need to come back here though. And put this in there. Why don't these stack? That's a weird one. I wish they stacked. Okay, so that's pretty much this. This thing is good to go. We're gonna hydro thrust, get those things turned on. We're gonna disconnect. Oh, we don't have our, that wasn't on, our dampeners. So, this place is gonna be cool. You think this is just gonna be a giant river? I don't know. Okay, unknown signal. We didn't have to go to that unknown signal. We should definitely check it out now. But we're gonna have to go to Velation Station, which is on the other side of the frickin' map, and that is a long way. So I think I really thought like this time I was like, you know what I'm gonna do this round? We're gonna build a ship, but I don't think we're gonna be building a ship this time. But I am curious to see what this is, so let's go take a look. Dang, trees, man. Okay, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. We have a seat here. What do we have? Magnesium powder? What do we need magnesium powder for? That's a weird one. We got H2 generator, more mag powder, magnesium bar. Alright. Those things there. Come on, lead bar? Nothing. No lead bar. Disappointing. Is this silicone in here? It's just a little... That's it? Oh man, it's like a wolf den. I'm gonna get murdered. Get murked by a wolf somewhere. Got ourselves a little hydrogen. Maybe? Hey! Alright, let's get in this thing. Juice it up. This is not working well. Cripes. Oh my god. We're having some troubles here. Good grief. Okay, let's get off this. Let's get off this planet. All right. That was not good. That was bad. I do like that we found an unknown signal on the planet. That's nice. Look at these clouds. We're gonna fly through some clouds really quick. I don't know where Velation Station is. We are not in there yet. So look at the clouds though. That's pretty good. So, alright, where we got? Velation Station. God, it's forever away. We're just gonna leave the planet as best as possible. And, yeah, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna end this one here. And, I think we'll pick you up on the other end of all things. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of, I think on the next episode, if we continue this, if you guys are enjoying this, because I know this is just, we're gonna be stopping in the midst of all this junk, but like we're having to try to stay out of gravity, this whole thing. It's just going to be a long flight home. Or a long flight to the station because this thing is 300 meters a second. This is as fast as it goes. So, while we're trying to get to Velation Station, I don't know. I'll pick you up here in a second. I think that's what's going to happen. But I feel if we'll end the episode at Velation. We'll close the contract out. We'll see what the next two are. If they're also planet side, then maybe we build a new ship to go planet side. Maybe we go work on our little first base thing in space. Like, I think a lot of people have said this, like the fact that it doesn't have you building stuff, it just has you sort of repairing or completing things. It's not teaching you the tools really, but and it also doesn't appear to teach you the necessity of like, oh, you need to make sure you have thrust in all directions, that kind of stuff. In space, it obviously makes sense, right? If you come from Space Engineers 1, you'd be like, oh, I clearly have to have thrust in all directions. But in Space Engineers 1, you don't need downward thrust on planet. You don't need that. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. What I do know, do I have spectator cam? I don't even know what the key command for spectator command would be. Um, let's take a look real quick. Sorry, I know I'm all over the map, guys. I don't know why. I just am. I just am. And my dog is freaking out apparently. I don't know. I don't know what the keybinds are for potentially spectator cam. I know that Control F12 is now to get to the debug menu, but I don't want to do that because I don't think it damages your save, but it does flag your save as like unsafe or whatever. But that's how you turn on water. It's pretty simple apparently. I've seen some people. I've seen some video, like some clips, some shorts. I don't do YouTube shorts typically, but I think for small digestible, like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to mess with that, but it's cool to know that it exists right now, I guess. Is kind of what I've been using it for. I would love to see an altimeter right there and then horizon line. I would love it. Truly. Oh, I'm pressing buttons. Look at that. I just typed C spacebar L. I've learned nothing. That's not how you type LOL. Get good, pleb. Lol. That's what I'm sending that message to Yvonne. Yvonne, I'm still not coming to get you because I don't like you. You're whiny. It feels like we haven't heard from Yvonne in quite a minute. I've done all these contracts, and he just like cut me off. He's like, "Hey, you're not gonna talk to me. What the heck? Like, you're not gonna come get me? Oh, you be the savior, whatever. Like, we could do it together. Like, bro, it's not about that. It's just simply that I don't want to come get you while you're injured and you be useless when I'm trying to like get this stuff to repair the ship. And I don't even playing devil's advocate for Yvonne. I don't know what the Calypso needs to be repaired. So me running amok in this sledge doing these little side quests, what am I learning? What am I haven't figured anything out yet. Like I could still be just as useless as I previously was. Like I get there and be like, oh, you're right, I can't fix this. I'll see you later, Yvonne. But it is interesting because Yvonne's the red guy and we're the blue guy, so like I feel like they're setting us up for the like why red versus blue, why red doesn't like blue because he was abandoned, even though like logically, like I feel like Yvonne's he must have cheated or flubbed his psych eval because he shouldn't be that in his feelings about me not going beelining straight to him when like his mission was to keep the ship running, refuel it, and make sure that all of the cryopods survived. That was his whole purpose. Um, and so him being super duper whiny, like, how did you get cleared for psych on this mission? Like, you weren't ready for this. You shouldn't have been here. That's my thought. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know I'm 45 kilometers away, so I will pick you up once I get over there, and we'll have the goodbye conversation, because this is going to be probably a little bit shorter than 1 and 2, just because there's a lot of traveling. This 110 kilometers away on planet, on the other side of the planet, that's a lot of driving. And it's Christmas Eve. I got to go wrap one more gift. Santa just dropped it off. I got to, like, get it wrapped up, taken care of. You know, that's what I do. And I got to get my dog, who's just getting yelled at. And hopefully you guys don't hear all of that. If you do, he's not behaving because he's crybabying. He doesn't like to wrap gifts, I think. I don't know. Alright, see you in a second. Alright. 9 kilometers away. I came in like a wrecking ball. I'm gonna hit the station with the sledgehammer and crash a bit. All it ever did was break me. Cause it's stopping me. Get it? Pretty good. I know. You don't have to be impressed. I'm impressed by myself. Oh, we're coming in hot. Oh no. Oh. We ricocheted off. That's not cool. The ice in the system, I hear the O2 generator kicking on and off every time I go into... Now, can we make space stations? Do we know if we can set a grid static, or is it all voxel static bases is all we can make? I don't know. Alrighty, we did it. We made it back. And Yvonne is nowhere to be heard yet, still. I'd be curious to hear what he says if we go to the next location. Let's see, we should have gotten energy tier storage 3, that's great. And we should have, looks like one more quest, and it is also down on the planet. We get fuel-based energy tier 2, so a better hydrogen generator? I don't know. We're gonna accept that. This is gonna be the next thing we do. But for right now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run out to our ship and maybe call it. We had a pretty good run today. Some good pictures, some good stuff. Like I said, it might be a little bit shorter. Oh, the thing's making so much noise. I wish it would stop. I'm gonna step away from it. We can just look at it from over here. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. And yeah, I should be, by the time this one drops, I should be back on dry land. And I look forward to reading the comments and stuff. I'll probably be responding in the comments. I doubt that I will. That'll be my plan. Anyways, yeah, so I appreciate you guys. And let me see. I still obviously can't wave because Space Engineers 2, but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming along, and I will catch you later, taters. And as always, have a good holiday, Happy New Year, and be kind, stay ornery. Bye.